supplies they're on.
Hello, my friends. I'm Nico, and I'm on a farm.
The video footage was shared extensively online as a paid promotion.
Looks incredible. You're very welcome.
We decided to go undercover to film at exactly the same farm.
Boots dipped? Let's get inside.
Look at all those chickens.
There are a lot of birds here, 52,000 to be exact. KFC chose to bring Nico down here when the birds were really small, cute. They were maybe 15 to 20 days old. We've come back when they're 33 days old.
So you really do care about these chickens then?
Yeah, we do.
Tony, what about these chickens? Do you care about birds like these three here who they've got to the point where they can't stand up anymore? Because their skeletons are so immature, they just can't handle the weight. So they get to a position where they just can't walk anymore, they can't feed.
All right, Tony, I want you to address a conspiracy theory that KFC pump chickens with steroids and make them huge.
Nobody grows chicken like that.
Nobody in the animal protection movement claims that farmers are using steroids. Antibiotics, yes. And what we do object to is the selective breeding of these birds over decades so that the birds take on so much weight that they can no longer stand up.
Why do the chickens have a swing?
They don't, at least not when they're not expecting the camera crews here.
Bales for birds to peck out and all the enrichments that we put inside the shed.
We found one swing that they can reach, and that's for 52,000 birds.
And Tony, as well, there's no cages here. I thought there was like 4,000 chickens in one small cage.
No, there is no cages.
I'm afraid Nico's getting confused with the egg industry, where even today they are still using cages for the hens. And how is it a lot different in the chicken industry? They have no access to the outdoors, they have no natural light, they're just stuck in these horrible factory farms for their whole lives.
We're very proud of our animal welfare here. The birds plenty of room to roam.
You tell me, do these birds have plenty of room to roam? Each bird has about as much room as an iPad or an A4 sheet of paper. How is that better than a cage?
We'll sprinkle fresh straw across the floor area for them to play with and sit on. Put that bale under my arm like that. And then I'll just chuck fresh straw on the floor.
It's not exactly straw, it's a mixture of wood chip and feces and urine. It doesn't get replaced. They just spend their lives sitting on their own excrement. And as a result of that, they get a lot of lesions. Oh, I was hoping we wouldn't find any dead birds, but for this one. So KFC thinks it's acceptable for around about 4 or 5% of all birds to die in the farm. This one barn has 52,000 birds, which means that roughly 2,500 birds are going to die within 35 days of their life cycle. Is that acceptable?
We're very proud of our animal welfare here.
This is what we found outside the barns.
KFC have been improving chicken welfare for years.
The reality is that over time, intensive chicken farming is getting worse. So Tony's not really a chicken whisperer. He's the farm manager of Park Farm North, Kettlethorpe near Lincoln. Now this is one of Moy Park's flagship agricultural academies. Tony's farm is one of the best. That's why KFC came and filmed here. So you can imagine what the rest are like. KFC needs to commit to moving away from the intensive factory farming of chickens like this and work on a kinder, more sustainable, plant-based chicken commitment. So we might get sued by KFC for this, or Moy Park, who run the farm, or even Tony the Chicken Whisperer. But we feel that people want to know where their food comes from, and they deserve to know where their food comes from. And we don't think they want to buy food from places like this. You know, you can still shop at KFC. They do a really good vegan fillet, vegan chicken burger. It's a corn fillet. And it just saves having to put thousands, millions, billions of birds through this type of suffering. It's just so unfair.